Okay, well, sure, let's get going with this. The 139th punishment game. It's a relatively recent thing that I started counting the punishments and the weekly one shots, but I went through this phase of, okay, I must clean everything, and that included all my playlists. And when I was looking at them, I was thinking, man, it would be a real pain in the ass to number all of these. But if I just did it once, it would be easy to keep going afterwards, and I like that idea. So that's why they're numbered now. 139. The larger that number gets, the more I'm reminded of the failures that I've had that have led to these punishment games. There have been plenty, but I still win more than I fail. Okay, but it's Quiet Man. I failed Machitori. Game was great. I clearly was not great enough, though. And I don't know anything about this game other than the overwhelmingly negative response it's got on Steam, so let's suffer together.
The savages are out tonight, kid. Be careful.
Tú eres un motín. Este puto. Este puto. No, this vato steps to my lady, my vieja, and says, me lo pelas.
Siempre borracho.
Lo chingué.
¿Cómo le dijiste?
Lo chingué, pero bien.
Dígame cómo.
Le dije, vete a casa con mamá. ¿Cómo chinga? Yo! Wrong address, dog! No one ordered no chow! What the hell, man? You stupid or very stupid? ¡Muévase!
Uh, okay. Hold up there, game. We're actually playing now, are we? Kid took that punch, and my controller immediately vibrated on the table. Alright, let's get you unplugged then. What's going on here then? E to punch, right click to kick. Y to move, I guess. Q to radiate your stink power. Shift to run. Control to run faster. Space to dodge and sock. Okay, so we're rock'em sock'em robots. Alright, well, let's just get punching then. Okay. Jeng's put my foot right through him. And yeah, the sound is all kinds of muffled. I guess it's because we're deaf. Which would probably improve life in a city. God, this concrete hell is... well, it's my idea of hell. Jinx, I say the word femboy once earlier today, and this ends up being our MC. That ain't right. Can I just run around here then? Yes and no, but mostly no. What peculiar semi-fixed camera here does not work well with this movement, but oh well. Well, at least we were leaving rule 1 here with the cardio. Now let's get punching. What is this even meant to be? I don't know, but it's getting colorful. Like, did the director of this game get mugged on the street once and decided to take out his vengeance against invisible enemies with this? Oh. He's back up and on the go, but that's okay. Am I even playing? I'm not sure if I am. Not really sure if my actions are lining up with what's being displayed here. I don't know, maybe the sound designer quit, so they rewrote the story. I would quit too. Quit my life. Ooh, an arcade. Is this a boy or a girl? Yes. Nobody comes between me and playing Super Volt. Get out, scumbags. What? Why? Stay away from the Super Volt. What the hell is this? way, it's kind of terrifying. Maybe this is our Spooks Night back again. Okay, no, can't seem to play the video games. Okay, Jake, can we switch to Yakuza? If only. What's happening here? This. Such a waste of everyone's time. Okay, more scum to beat up. I think we are the scum, though. We're just going into people's homes and busting them up. I feel real bad for the kid that live acted this. On the plus side, and it is a reasonable plus side, we don't have to deal with any movie voices here, which we would doubtlessly have had otherwise. That does raise a question, Jake. Have you ever considered a crash your cue to exit punishment ahead of time? Not one, but if a game crashes multiple times, then that's that. I usually draw the line at 3 or more times, and then it's like, okay, enough of that. Especially if it's close together. If it's spaced out, no big deal. But punishment games are meant to be punishing for the game that they are, not for the horrors of trying to run them. That's why I phoned in Amy so early. Yeah, the problem with these German dubs is that I'm going to start expecting there to be German dubs from now on in games. That's what our vast barbarian audience is going to be after here. Can you lip... No. Given how I am with reading, how do you think I am with lip reading? Breath of the Wild has German dubs. Oh, der Hermann. Why did you have to say that? When that eventually gets rolled, you'll have ruined dozens of people's days. Rune Factory 5 in German. No, I don't think I could ruin something so dear to me. And all that definitely real money. I'd miss music a little bit, but honestly, if this is what it's like being deaf, seems pretty good. Don't have to listen to any rubbish. Might be a bit of a kicker for me. I imagine my talking would be thrown way off if I were deaf, and that's kinda my life. This guy's just so happy he's got some premium grade flour. He's been ready to murder for a good loaf of bread. I know his pain. Living in Sweden has not made the good bread front easy. If you go deaf, your speech doesn't change too much, just harder to regulate the volume. I remember in social education classes in school, some of the things was talking about people with various kinds of disabilities, and the deaf ones were always portrayed as not being able to talk right. Maybe it's different if you're deaf from birth. I don't know, not something I think about often. I'd always hoped that Katawa Shoujo was going to address the disabilities a bit more, but no, it was just, what flavor of cripple porn are you after? And the answer was anyone but Shizune. Okay. Very good game. Very funny. Couple of street rats fighting over some. Are they Adidas? Maybe they're Puma. Maybe they're Nike. I think he's coming on to you, femboy. Yes, Adidas, the god of victory. That's my new headcanon, at least. And that's how you make gods. We bring you this high-grade premium flour and you give us an envelope. There's better be directions as to how to get all of our money. Ah, King's Gambit, you see, occasionally I press the left mouse button to punch someone, and if I'm feeling really spicy, I press the right mouse button to kick them. The game will decide what's best for us all between all of that. I can't believe Hamster was the one that started the lobby for this. It was better having his crappy Russian meme-filled game, The Underground Man. When he then put forward The Quiet Man, I assumed it was some kind of spiritual sequel to The Underground Man. But no. It's somehow a lot worse. And not getting better. Well, Squeenix might have published this for reasons unknown, but it was developed by, what was it, something like Human Head Studios? Don't suppose anybody can dig up any of their perhaps better known titles that they've made, if indeed they've made any other. That's a good point, Morcus. Normally in games that are cutscene and dialogue heavy, it makes me a little uncomfortable because I don't want to talk over the game. Let the game talk for the game. But here, the game's about showing, not telling. So in that respect, it's still better than Frostpunk's final DLC. 2006 Prey and Brink, not played either. Are they bad? Are they this bad? Need some cheesy anime dialogue. Magitori was a mistake. I should have turned off the anime. I revealed far too much that day. And given how easy the movie questions were, I wouldn't be playing this garbage if I'd played the questions that say, "Who is Steven Spielberg?" Okay. What now? Well, dare I suggest some agency? The camera is fixed. I can't move it around, or if I can, I don't know how. What the? Of course. I think I failed a lot more weeb questions than it seemed. Kept asking for people's hair color on anime that I don't know. I'd be game for some more trivia games like that, but it has to be, like Magitori Wars was, more than just trivia. Yeah, Bane submitted it, and he suggested putting anime to infrequent, but I, knowing myself, figured I know anime a little better than I know movies. But the movie questions were outrageously easy, and the anime questions less so. Well, then again, if you've watched the half dozen anime that the game liked going on about, then you were on easy street. But I haven't watched Sword Art Online or Attack of the Titans, or what was the other one that kept coming up? One Piece. Conversely, who hasn't seen Jurassic Park? I've even ridden Jurassic Park, the roller coaster ride. JJ Ho says you've missed racism, Worm. Yeah, me too. Okay. Now, come on. We all know about de-escalation. Let's just get at it. Oh, okay. Jeez, I kind of float in the air when I get caught in things. Just want to buy some food here. Or get a good angle to actually see you, but oh well. I'll just let the button clicking do it for me. Now, maybe I don't know much about street fighting, but I find it hard to believe that such a scrawny little git like this could put down any of those moves. Is he gonna get back up? He is gonna get back up. And there's the big problem. Not finishing what you started. You probably knew what a punk you'd grow up to be. I think the real punishment is subjecting yourself to a 2-hour interview with chat. I got no problems with that. I can talk all day. I do talk all day. Maybe the devs read too much into Daredevil and thought being deaf was a superpower. I'm not sure if I watched Daredevil, but I watched that one scene from the movie where he's... Oh, we doing this again? Where he was in the subway. New York City, let our differences unite us. What? God, I'd be doing a favor if I let these punks beat this guy right up, but oh well. Good times had by all. Oh. I can see why we're wearing the leathers. And down we go. Oh, crivens. It seems the whole shtick is just dodge back when they're fighting you, follow up with the big hurt. These guys done? Alright, so it's your time then. Time for the bigger hurt. Look how he's dressed. He's clearly just a maintenance man. When one of your senses is diminished, the others tend to adapt and improve. Soon as you're nearly blind, Jake, which of your other senses are heightened? My sense of disgust. The protagonist seems unhinged and incredibly violent. Are we the baddies? I think he believes in cleaning up New York City, but the problem is he's going too micro. He needs a more macro approach. He looks like an older version of John Connor. It is John Connor, right? Not sure if I watched the Terminator films, but I played the Terminator game, and I went to the Universal Studios Terminator 3D The Ride, which wasn't a ride, it was just... What even was it? It's kind of like a short 3D cinema thing. Terminator 1 and 2 are superb. Really good movies, says Ninja Pilot. Really? Yeah, a stage show with recorded segments. That's what it was. That was pretty good. Why no counter and overlay like normal? Is it not a PC game? Some games will only run in this kind of widescreen, and then I don't bother with all the things around it. Just slap the chat on and call it a day. It isn't a game. Who puts a timer on a movie? Yeah, we're gonna speedrun The Incredibles next. Jinx, the game's model for this guy does not do the real McCoy justice. You'd probably be able to watch the Incredibles during the time that this is going to take. The Incredibles I did watch. I think I even saw it in the movies, the cinema. It was okay. Are we watching this movie to completion? Maybe. I don't know how long this game is. I'm hoping significantly less than 2 hours, because then I don't have to be here for the full 2 hours, but so far it's looking like we're in this for the commitment. No more status quo. It's not muted. Our main character is probably deaf. The implication seems to be that he's deaf. How long to beat says 3 hours. Okay, well, given the very minimal amount of action there is in the game, I don't think we're going to be going to be cutting off a lot of time off of that. Is everyone getting their date for the night? See, when you get your Fedora tipping types that say games are an art, this is what they're talking about. How did they make that man so ugly in the in-game cutscenes? Some real skill to that. Speedrun.com has a time at 2.5 hours for this game. Why did they put themselves through that? I don't think these scenes are skippable. I tried, but it just brings up this, and if you bring up this and you click on these, it just makes you replay the film or the whatever it is. And I don't really want. Ooh, Yeah, well, I certainly don't want to do that. Should give this a negative review and just say unskippable cutscenes on it, despite the cutscenes being the game. Imobi says something looks off about the main character, probably his chromosomes. No check. This desperately wants to be art, but it fails spectacularly and is bad. Well, bad art is still art, Worm. Thanks, it's been too long since I've been in an art gallery. I think last time would have been in Edinburgh. I need to culture myself a bit better, but Sweden's just not the place for that. The file size of this game was about 23 gigabytes or so. It was a very, very regrettable download. One that I am already looking forward to deleting. I mean, downloading things these days, you just do it at the snap of a finger. It takes very little time, you don't have to worry about data caps. But I still remember when I was on good old dial-up, fast 4 internet, a staggering 14 kilobits per second downstream. I used to load web pages, leave the computer, come back and save them, and then go and browse them later on when I was offline. Good times. I had to wait for text to load. Quite certain it wasn't 40 gigs though. This isn't worth the write cycle to your hard drive. It's not worth the wear and tear on the monitor showing this. Feels bad to rip into a game without giving it much of a chance, but this really doesn't offer much at all. Well, to the game's credit, if I had to listen to any of these cutscenes, I'd probably be hating it a lot more. How would you rate this as a punishment game? It's different. Really, it's like being forced to sit down and watch a really artsy film that you don't quite like, but you don't quite hate. I don't watch a lot of films, so I struggle to think of a good parallel for that. If I didn't like In Bruges, this would be like being forced to sit down and watch In Bruges. But I did like In Bruges. Turn down your monitor's brightness, then you want to see the brightness is already at 0. We don't go lower here. But if I could, I would. I mean, I'd rather watch this same scene out of Final Fantasy VIII than this. And it was pretty painful in Final Fantasy VIII. I went to college with a bunch of art students as roommates. Now, when you say roommates, Hoovy, to me that means you shared a room with them. Which sounds even more terrifying for college roommates. No, I've not seen Mad Max. And the ha 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 scene is from Final Fantasy X, which I think is a very good Final Fantasy. Hated it when I first played it. Imagine my disappointment when I got that as I think it was a Christmas present. Ooh. Had to put on my best smile and say thanks, but it was actually pretty good when I gave it a second chance. Ooh. It's the guy from Nonnery Games. Life is simply unfair. Ah, this is the guy we beat up in the first place. That's what we get for not finishing the job. Alright, have at Gangrene Gang. Now I'm trying to remember the names of the Gangrene Gang. There's Grubber. There's Ace. Maybe there's Snake. My favorite member, the Witch Doctor, and the Plague Doctor. Okay, come on, could we have some game, please? Okay, it looks like we're transitioning into game. Seriously though, the poor guy who did the, who was the character for this, this thing. I doubt he can live it down that well. Alright, up you get. I'm sure we're not done yet. Okay. The actor is named James Gerald Hicks. The only the movie I know is Midway 2000. I'm not sure what you're saying there, but I'm sure I don't like it. Alright, if I fail this, are we going to think about Dead Mummy again? Oh no! Clobbered. The Steam reviews are pretty funny. I was born deaf, and this game made me wish I was blind too. Oh, she's not smiling so much anymore. Alright, come on, Plague Doctor, let's have at again. More intense fights than Sekiro, really. Is he still there? He is still there. Don't let them get back up. Running jump, both feet towards their neck, head first. I guess this guy hasn't got a lot of mass to him. Will you be playing Resi 8 and Village? Well, I don't know. After Resi 7, it's gonna really take something for Resident Evil to be back in my good books. Okay, have at once more. Okay. Achievement unlocked, trouble with me. Whatever it could mean. This kid gets into a lot of fights. I can't believe he's not carrying anything to help himself. Okay, down we go again. Okay, that's what game over should be more like. That's actual punishment for failure right there. Oh, no, he's learned to block somehow. Weird walk. Scary stuff. Ah, come on. Break him apart. Yeah, I'll say, for all the beating that our witch doctor friend here takes, he keeps a solid grip on the cattle prod. Come to think of it, there's a button that I've not been using. How do we radiate that weird... yeah, Q to radiate our power. I've not been doing that at all. I should try that sometime. Excuse me. Okay. So press Q to activate superpowers, I see. Yeah, why not? Why not? Is there a limit to the amount of times we can activate superpowers? One of the movies showing at the theatre across the street. Well, it must be something good, because we just legged it over there. It's gone, kid. It is gone. The Green Gang own this place. Not sure how I actually use the Q button. I mean, sometimes yes, and other times, oh boy, he brought an actual weapon here. Where are the coppers and all this? And then again, the boys in blue probably carting us off as well, given everything we've done. Oh my god, this again. Horrific. But good reason to stop failing, at least. Right, that machete is bad news for us. So, let's have less of that, please. Gotta be mindful of Machete Man this time. He packs some serious wallop. I think that's him right there. So if I use the Q button, maybe I can disassemble him nice and fast. Or at least remove the machete from his hands. Is it that high-vis bomber jacket that's giving him all that power? This guy's remarkably hard-headed. That was a full-on swing of the bat to the back of the head. He should be out for the count, or far worse. So, got any sign language readers here? Starting to think the game was supposed to have voices, but it was so bad they removed it in post-production. What, and it got so much better? And did he just punch out the glass from that car? Not sure many people can do that with their bare fist. Man, but man is saying, mind the 2 hours of gaming so you can still refund the game. I don't make a habit of refunding the games I buy, even if they're terrible, but this one, I don't think I can allow... I can't allow myself to be somebody that financially rewarded the creation of this game. Apparently, you had to play this gen twice to get the version with sound. Doesn't sound like it's going to improve things much. Alright, gringos. Have at. Again. That symbol. Oh no. Guess we're weakened after having taken that bat to the head. Oh, not this again. Oh. If this absolute pulse pounder and obvious commercial success didn't tip you off, yeah. Human Head closed their doors and reformed under Bethesda. Under Bethesda. For real? I feel like we can take far fewer hits now. Can't watch it anymore. Don't have the stamina. Cheers. Says like, oh, could we just not have this part every time? Something so nauseating about having a close-up of this lass's face every time. Extremely nauseating. Other guy's more fussed about the car. That's good. There comes a point where even these street thugs are going to have enough self-preservation to stop beating up Superboy here. Jinxie laid them out. Must we? Now hold on there, Pandy. This could have been a decent beat 'em up, has the basic No! You click a button and occasionally click an other button, and you will punch, 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 and kick your foes. Look, I am only pressing left mouse button. That's all I'm doing. I'm probably going to lose because you do occasionally need to dodge these guys, but still. This feels like that thing you watched where somebody was only... I think they were either only holding up or only holding circle, and they were beating a game, and that was that. Still just pressing left mouse button. And that's your lot. You're talking to a deaf kid, officer. Mi da grima. Interestingly enough, this is exactly the kind of place I imagine Orlov lives in. The graffiti, the broken everything, the no real walls. The functional lights are a bit off though. Jake, you sound a bit tired. I am. I'm tired of this rubbish. But we've still got another 40 odd minutes of this to go. I don't think commitment's the word there, Aquiline. Whenever I do a weekly one-shot, I make a wager, and if I lose, I gotta carry through with the punishment, and that's what these punishment games are all about. Freaking Nike shoes. But hey, sometimes I win, and the prize is goading. Endless goading. And I've got hundreds of victories and all the goading that comes with it. Oh, okay, we are actually going to have a fight. Very well then. Have at. Oh, wait, no, I can use my superpowers, can't I? Maybe not. Maybe it's only when the color appears on the screen? Yeah, somebody said it was like a blue light in the top right. Yeah, Plague Doctor 2, Stun Baton Boogaloo. This feels a little different from last time. Okay, so using the Q attacks makes this a whole lot easier. And I can just keep doing it. Oh well, not bad. It did already have an intimidating amount of gameplay in it. Kill him when he's down, you idiot! Rip off the Plague Doctor's mask, reveal the true enemy, whoever submitted this game. It was Naffle, right? Or was it G-Pick? There was a G involved somewhere. But where's the Plague Doctor? Maybe he ran away with the plot. What are these people doing here? They're clearly not junkies, or else they'd be thrown across the floor. Alright, what's your deal? Hopefully it's dying quickly. Oh, okay. I gotta say, if I was on the fence about Sekiro, which I'm not, this would certainly put me over on the man Sekiro's a great game side of the fence. It's all relative. They must be squatters as well as green goes. I'm sure even in New York City there are better places to squat. Also, do they have some kind of shrine up? They do? What's that all about? Deathshed saying they looked up the actual story this game is failing to convey in these FMVs and be grateful you're not getting it. It is garbage. Well, perhaps in 30 minutes, when we come to the end of this god-awful stream, you can expunge it for us all. Because it doesn't seem like the game's wanting to cough it up. Oh yeah, many people were harmed in the making of these FMVs. Imagine being deaf would make information gathering on who shot Mummy a bit harder. But that's why he has all his buddies. Win the game, play it again with the voices on. Exactly, that sounds like punishment Mark II rather than any sort of reward. And I don't plan on finishing this game once, let alone going in for a second try. Flexing on the deaf guy by insisting on calling him? Ah, perhaps we are the plague doctor. Christ, this is awful. I'm just led to wonder and worry how the people even knew of this game to submit it. Of all the thoughts going through your head, you remember the shoes. It looks like he's smiling. Probably glad he doesn't have to take part in this anymore. Yeah, of all of his options there, he punched the phone that was on the ground. I'd say it was more about leaving a message, but then just step on it. Nonsense, Brooksmore. We're all in this together. We gotta suffer through this arty stuff. Which does remind me... Oh, the baker's still alive. It does remind me that when we were playing Sekiro, if that fight with the granny was going to drag on any longer, I was going to play the Respect Your Nan song from Candice. But it didn't. Gran died. Still, this is still a more enjoyable punishment game for me than Panzer General 2. Because this game's just nothing. Panzer General 2 was many things I don't like. Oh my god, the gang members are just everywhere. Now, I've never been to New York City, so I don't know what it's like. Perhaps somebody who has been there, or God forbid lives there, can set things straight for us. Because honestly, it looks like hell on earth to me. These concrete jungles, just why? Why does anyone put themselves through living there? Oh, okay. Sorry to interrupt clicking the left mouse button several dozen times, with yet more of that. Discovering the Q button though, now that has revolutionized the game for me. What were you doing in there? Get back in there! So he's a member of the Green Goes, but he's also wearing red. Wonder what the significance of that is. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. Move like that even from this scrawny little guy. Put you down. Oh, now we're talking the Foot Clan Ninjas Shredder. Now that would improve the game. Did I ever run Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? The Nintendo Entertainment System one? Surely. Yeah, I seem to recall running the damn level, so it must have happened at some point. But in what context? There's no way I had 2 hours of hell that game. I can't beat it. Well, I haven't always made smart decisions. Oh, okay, we're not done. Well, smashy smashy. Punch him so hard he goes through someone else. I gotta say, I'm keen on whoever organizes this gang, because they do a good job on threads. How else are you gonna source so many identical green bomber jackets? We done yet? Must be something I have to do here. I thought maybe go in here, but oh, okay. Ninja Turtles is a Patreon game 2017. sounds feasible. Ooh, slightly nicer cars now. It's a dangerous amount of gameplay here. I wonder if the game's feeling alright. Well, as gameplay as these sections get. Oh, this is so bad. Oh no, how long until we get a flashback of the shoes? Lower. Excellent. Homage to my favorite scene in Resident Evil Outbreak right there. Oh, we don't even get to see them burn. Well, we're a killer now. Get away from Polybus. Oh, jings, it's Machete Betty again here. Right, less of that now. Nice hideout though. They've come a long way since the BR level squatting here. Faces, books, arcades. Their own pool table. That reminds me, how did the snooker conclude? I didn't actually watch any of it, but I was quite interested in who was going to be picking it up. Was it Shelby? Come on, play some games, man. Just take a chill pill. Another copy of Space Prism for when the other one's being taken up. No? No one into snooker? Oh well. We're going here? No, okay, we're not going. Selby 1, there we go. I feel the game gets better if we assume it is actually the same 6 dudes that we're beating up every time. At least Yakuza played that one straight, where it was that same guy just coming back again and again. Looking gradually more beaten up. It was a nice touch, I liked it. There was a lot to like about Yakuza 0, I need to play some more of it. Not on stream though, it's not a good streaming game. In a way, this is a better streaming game than Yakuza 0 was. This doesn't even have Mayong in it. Forgot the rest of the dress, man. What's that poster in the background? Cartel of Death? Oh, whoa now. Nobody said we could have any of that. Okay. He's too powerful, man. He's way too powerful. Oh, my. Hmm? Didn't know that we knew Zawarudo. We just kicked him out the window then. He's so... Well, maybe he's not super powerful. Maybe he's just finally the first person who's not a complete wimp. Well, aside from us, obviously. I'm a little lost as to what's going on here now. Just fighting a big brick wall. He punched me right out of my cue moment. And that's not all he's punching me out of. I think I'm the one going out the window now. He's the first person above 5 foot. Oh no, Christ, not this again. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I can hurt him directly. Yeah, he can certainly hurt me. Who would have thought all this punching is doing nothing? He still punches me out of those cue moments. Right, let's try and think of something else here. Oh, I'm just closing my eyes at this point now. I don't want to see this. Yeah, abort. A slightly competent guy is more than we can handle here. Well, I got something resembling a scene with him. Maybe I need to find something in this room that I can use against him. You know, like the gun. Remember that gun? Has he got a giant golden bust of him? Well, not just a bust, a full-on golden statue of himself? He's doing alright for himself then, isn't he? There we go, have some of that. How did we do that? I don't really know. Oh well, he felt that. Alright, I don't honestly know what I'm doing differently here, but he's starting to feel it. I feel it. Yes, there we go. The punches are faxed, not telegraphed. Oh hey Orlov, we had a cameo of your apartment here in the game earlier. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but something is. He's too huge. Get away from him. I'm amazed that worked. Okay, code red. Not looking good. For him. Okay, what? Is this that whole if you kill the killer, the amount of killers stays the same kind of revelation? Well, if you kill lots of them, it goes down. And the building is still on fire. Maybe that's what we're hearing below us now. It would explain the smoke. Oh, and the fire. Why didn't we kill him? Kept alive for the sequel, just like Steve in Resident Evil Code Veronica. Yeah, if you bothered to beat Code Veronica, you find out that Steve was still alive. And he was never seen again, thankfully. We're finally using a weapon. Gain 3 protection, lose 2 defense. No, Seattle. I have no intention of playing the new Resident Evil. They look pretty committed to their new Resident Evil 7 model. And Resident Evil 7 was widely praised, but not by me. Doesn't matter how many people like it, if I think it's rubbish, then it's terrible. So no. No Resi 8 for me. I mean, maybe I'll play it eventually. I did eventually play 7, but I'm not rushing out of the gate to pick it up and play it now. Can't have anything in New York City. What, the baker turned on us? Do we not have any friends? Hope we get to play as him next. Stupid expression. Okay, but he did us all a favor. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking this guy more and more by the second. Curb stomp the femboy. Getting things done. Come on, pull the trigger. Put us all out of our misery. You're even offered a 2-for-1 deal here. Where are we sitting on, like a patio or a balcony? How do we end up down here? Well, it's not the first bit of teleportation that was done in the game. I doubt it'll be the last. Detective, there's a fire next to us. He seems as nonplussed as we are. He's talking to this deaf kid. At least hand him some wet wipes so he can clean his hands of Mummy's blood. Such strong, muscular shoulders you got there, kid. You could really grow up to be someone. Yeah, this game does get better when you imagine the dialogues. Off to the Sultan's harem. Come with me. We'll write Penny Arcade together. Okay, somebody out there surely figured out what the story was, so I invite you to expunge it now before I hit Alt F4, which I need to do in the coming seconds if I ever want to have a chance of refunding this nonsense. Actually, keeping this on my Steam category is not something I want to do at all. So how about we say that's the beautiful end of that beautiful game. Deciding that replacement of mommy is not worth dying for, the femboy decides to just get together with the detective and star in a new, considerably better buddy cop film. Yeah, the leader of the Green Gang, he died in a fire, and the baker, I don't know, God knows what he's off doing. It's simple. Imagine the worst possible experience. Oh, I'm not asking about the imagination, I'm asking what was it? Okay, whew, playtime 118 minutes. 2 minutes to spare. Lucky me. The deaf kid watches two of his friends fight over shoes. One of them accidentally shoots. Is that really the deaf kid's friends? They looked about 12 years older than him. The cop is his father and made up a fake kidnapping to trick the kid into killing the people who killed his wife, i.e., the kid's mum. Really? Go look, there's a YouTube video, not much difference between watching. No, I'd rather not have The Quiet Man stain my channel for any longer than it already had. In fact, I'm uninstalling it already, free up that 20-something gigs of space that it was taking up. God, that was terrible. Who was it that even put this one forward? The Quiet Man. It was actually put forward by two people, but let's see. It was G-Pick, not Naffle. It was G-Pick. Mecharic also backed that one. And I think that would have been a more enjoyable experience if it had been like The Underground Man, like I expected it to be, but no. You know what? This Quiet Man wasn't even that bad. It was just nothing. The gameplay was just pressing left mouse button with the occasional right mouse button in Q, and that was it. And then we were just watching some silent artsy film. I could think of much better ways to spend 2 hours, so I'm going to spend the next 2 hours doing anything other than that. I'll be back tomorrow, there'll be some Sekiro, and oh, no, A-Alicious has the actual story here. Basically, Jake, you covered up for your crummy childhood friend who killed your mum, and that's why your cop dad hates you. Your two childhood friends grew up to be gang leaders, and you work for the one who shot your mum. Cop dad figures it out and tricks you into killing them both. Ah, cop dad doesn't seem that bad. Okay, well, don't waste your time with any of this, and remember, this is the kind of quality that Squeenix will publish. Alright, enough of this. I'm out.